So there are lots of information about it, and it's probably a longer conversation because you have complete puzzle why it's happening. There is a good book called Startup Nation, which discusses it, but it's combination of many different things. It's combination of culture. In Israel, it's kind of a culture basically. Never ask for permission, ask for forgiveness. Basically, people are just doing things, and we'll see how things fall. And also, because of all the army, everybody goes to the army there. So if you take like 24 years old Israeli versus 24 years old American, the average Israeli at that age would be way more mature because the person would go through the army, had some leadership training. In many cases, they would be an officer in the army, and they had like very serious responsibilities. Plus, you also have all these cyber units, which are actually very good in teaching people computer-related skills. So, army is a big portion of it. Also, I think one of the interesting things in Israel, the country is small, so nobody really thinks there is any market for their startup in Israel. So they had to go global from day zero. And basically, most of Israeli startups, even at the initial stage, are already going after US market, which I think works really well there. But on top of it, it also took 20 plus years for the ecosystem to develop to the stage it is now. When I first started in the first company I worked for, it was like mid-90s. Sorry, Israeli ecosystem was just starting, so there were not that many people in Israeli ecosystem who knew how to sell in US. Usually, Israeli startup would develop technology and sell it early on to US companies. But nowadays, you have a bunch of unicorns, Israeli startups buying other Israeli startups. So the whole ecosystem is a completely different level. But it took time, and it took a lot of learning and experience from like everybody around the ecosystem.